Hey, I made it. Didn't think I'd make it on time. Uh-oh. 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 Where am I? There I am. I don't know. I'm having a hell of a time here, as usual. Let me make the chat big enough for me to actually read. Okay. Plus. There we go. Okay. So you remember that little fall I took Tuesday? Well, here's the black eye I got to show for it. I got a huge shiner from that fall I took Tuesday. Doesn't hurt. It's just ugly as fuck. So, Happy New Year. If anybody's out there, rapidly approaching that happy time, that time of day when I always look forward to. So, I'm getting ready. I don't know if y'all are ready. Katie, where am you? Who am you? You am Katie, and you're on my show. We're about to get started here. Mr. Raccoon Man here is about to get started on the show. Happy 420. Well, this is something I haven't smoked before. Happy New Year to you too. It's 2022. A lot of twos there. 2022. That's a lot of twos. I'm not doing any news today. That was last year, and I'm forgetting all about last year because it was fucked. Yeah, it's a shiner, all right. And it's like runs across the bridge of my nose. Okay. Because I sleep on this side. So naturally, it's been running across my nose and down my cheek. See? So it's a beaut. But at least it's turning pinker around my eye and not quite as purple. So it's going to be around a while. I can see that. Yes, gravity has taken its toll. So it was pretty red and pretty swollen, and a lot of blood. So, excuse me. There. Meant to do that before the show and didn't have time. So, but anyway, yeah, I'm not doing any news, but I am going to do an editorial. Oh, by the way, this is my metallic blue hair. As you can see, it's not terribly blue. Turns out, Stony, Happy New Year. So, yeah, it's supposed to be metallic blue, but there ain't a whole lot of blue. So we're going to look for a darker blue color. The color on the package was much bluer than the color of the hair. So no news is good news. Yeah, I am going to do an editorial, however. Somebody pissed me off, and they're going to hear about it today. So, oops. Not that they'd be watching, but I have something to say about somebody. So I'm going to cut loose with that in a few minutes. I just needed to get some weed in my lungs. So I dropped a Shiroi last night, Stony. So we'll see what happens. I just went straight in the soil with it this time. I figured I'd plant it like a farmer, since I live in farm country. I still have to, but I'm containing it. Well, so far, you're containing it well so far. Okay. So, how's your snow situation? Because we're getting some today, even though there was none in the forecast. But it doesn't look like it's sticking to the roads or nothing. It just seems to be on the grass. So, yeah, like a farmer. I'm canitating my anger. Okay. I'm glad to hear you're canitating it. What are you angry about? We were snowed in for a week. It was so cold. Yeah, well, we get that all the time here. This year's been a delight. We had some snow the other day that went away. Got slushy a little bit, but it went away. New Stony term. Canataining it. I like that. Containing it with cannabis, huh? Miss Mark Newts. Oh, that's not good. You're too tired to be angry? Wore yourself out at New Year's Day? Oh no. Holy shit. What are you gonna do with all that? Is there a way to salvage it? Is there a way to salvage it, Stoney? Can you like anger is exhausting. Yeah, it is. It's easier to be happy. Uh-oh. My laptop is asking me to link my Android phone, except I have an Apple. Oh, your flour mix is veg mix and vice versa. I see. You're depending on microbes. Okay. Well, I want to get on to my editorial so I can get that out of the way. Okay? Where's my glasses? Um, 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 what's this? Willie must like you guys. He just got in my lap. Nice heater he is. I have the claw in flour. Over nitrogen effect. Willie. Yeah, Willie. Anyway, Elon Musk is a dick. Need I say more? Yeah, I love him too. I've seen him through a window. That's as close as I got. Anyway, Um, he's he's a dick. Uh, this asshole is mean to his employees. Okay, some employees and ex-employees were forced to endure toxic, damaging work environment. Okay, a former SpaceX engineer, Ashley Kozak, wrote an op-ed piece for the online publication uh, Lioness. Stated that she was sexually harassed during her tenure and that Musk helped create the workplace atmosphere responsible for it. He makes promises he doesn't hold himself accountable to. He unnecessarily strips resources from people who are working themselves to the brink of burnout and then sends them threatening messages to remind them that their efforts will never be adequate, according to this woman. And after the op-ed was published, 4 other SpaceX employees came forward with workplace harassment stories. Brian Campbell, or I'm sorry, Brian Can. I'm reading this from a distance, and I have lousy eyesight. Brian, welcome aboard. My daughter worked at SpaceX for 2 years. Well, ask her about it. Happy New Year, Brian. Your daughter's boss bought your weed. I see. So anyway, he put out this this rather cryptic message on Twitter, and it was I can't read my own handwriting. But what he went on this talk show and deciphered the message for these people. And what it amounted to is wokeness is one of the biggest threats to modern civilization. Okay. Hippie New Deer. I like that. So here's a guy who was sitting in his ivory tower saying that minorities and the poor are going to destroy civilization. Well, maybe if he cut loose with some of them fucking billions and help these people out, civilization would thrive. Do you suppose? I mean, he was lamenting recently that he paid $11 billion in taxes. This is a guy who on October 26th of 2021 made $37 billion in one day. Okay. And he's bitching about having to pay $11 billion in taxes. That's like making $37 a day and then bitching about having to pay $11 in taxes for the year. Okay. That doesn't sound to me like a terrible situation to be in. Motherfucker's an anti-vaxxer. He made $402 billion last year. Okay. There were those years when he didn't pay any fucking taxes at all. All right. Tesla's net value is, its market value is $1.1 trillion. His net worth is $274 billion. And he's going to bitch about poor people being the end of civilization as we know it. Okay. This is such a prick. I can't believe this guy. Time Magazine voted him Person of the Year for 2021. But you know what? Time Magazine made Hitler Person of the Year once. They're not all good people. These Persons of the Year are not all good people. All right. Now, the only bright spot I see in this whole Elon Musk thing is that 478 Teslas were recalled. Okay. I'm happy to say. So that's all I have to say about that sumbitch. All right. And was his family wealthy? Well, his father once said that they were so rich he couldn't close the fucking door on their safe. And he's going to badmouth poor people. Neener. There's a fine line between genius and insanity. He crosses that line often. Yes. And he's leading the chart. Spare change, or is it change? Yeah. Spare charge, or is it change? Well, I just think the guy's a total asshole. And there's just no getting around it. But, you know, he grew up under apartheid in South Africa. My daughter said he was cold, clammy, and pale. I'm sure he looks it, doesn't he? He's a lizard dude. Look at the guy. He is a squid. Oh, is he a squid? Yeah, probably. I put it in the affirmative. Flip the old lady beating you again? Yeah, you should have seen what she looked like. An educated squid Billy. Yeah, well, notice he didn't get his education in South Africa. Came to the United States for that. So, of course, he only lasted a couple of days in college here. He was bored. They couldn't teach him enough. Idiot. Yeah. So, yeah, well, I have zero respect for the asshole. Treats his employees like shit. You know, and I'm sorry, but if you treat your employees well, that motivates them, okay? Putting them down does not motivate them. She twisted her ankle while working SPLIFFY over. Yes. Yes. Yeah, I got quite the workout here. No, actually, I tripped and fell and broke my fall with my eyebrow. Just this part of my eyebrow hit the floor, and it turned into this. So, Dan Halen. I remember that. Where was that, Dan Halen? I forget what show that was where they went to see Dan Halen, the Van Halen tribute dude. It looks like he took a hard one. Yeah, I did. I did. I hit the floor real hard. So don't break your fall with your face. That's my because the floor is not very forgiving. Okay. And spit out her front tooth. Well, I'm glad my teeth didn't hit the floor, to tell you the truth. I'm glad it was my head. Yeah. My head can take it. My teeth can't. I'm glad I'm not sitting here toothless today. You know, my back's so bad I fall a couple of times a week, supposed to start using a cane. Well, then you should, because falling down is the worst thing you can do. I let her go to 7-Eleven by herself after midnight, as long as she kept on smiling. Okay. But yeah, falling down is dangerous. Okay, they say it's the worst thing that can happen to old people is to fall down. Okay, and I do it regularly. I big spikes with the floor like I do side tables. Yes, I do, Katie. Yeah, and you know what? The floor and the side tables always win. That's the trouble. So I know there were some people up at the keg the other day who were not regulars. And I came in with this eye, and the bartender said, "Wow, you look terrible." And I said, "Well, you should see my old lady." And boy, were they shocked. Of course, everybody who knows me knew I was joking, but they thought I was serious. Fell off a roof once, landing in bushes. Only a branch up my arse. A bit, I see. Well, you don't want that either. Oh, two-story building, nice. Well, you're lucky. I was in a hospital with a roofer who fell off a building and injured himself, and we shared a room. And I thought he was totally whacked out of it because of the fall. And his wife came in one evening, and he was sleeping, and she was telling me how grateful she was that that he didn't injure his head in the fall. And I was totally surprised to discover that that was his normal way of thinking. I did a 14-foot Superman as a roofer and took my left hand off. Oh my God. Sorry to hear that. I saw a roofer nail gun both feet to the roof. Well, now that's not a good idea unless you want to make sure you don't fall. Yeah, this guy was totally wacko, and I thought he had a head injury, but he didn't. Yeah. Roofing is a rough job, I must say. You bake your brain in the sun all day. That's a bad news job to have, I think. That's some hard work there. 2 months to repair and only have part use. Oh my goodness. I know what's that's like. I only have feeling in one foot. So staples are worse than nails. Really? I guess because you got two holes in your foot. It's good money. 300 a day in the 90s. Oh, that's nice. 300 a day. Put a staple in your gut once. Oh, man. I wouldn't want to do that. Staples don't come out. I got you. Nails come out. Yeah. Oh, that's not good. I wouldn't want one in me. I've plucked 16 penny and 8 penny nails out with ease. Ooh, it's Brian sets off metal detectors. They do, but glue burns like hell. I see. Yeah, that adhesive on them. Yeah. First thing I ever did was put a fish hook through my hand. Your nuts hurt now. Well, stop squeezing them. Yeah, my left wrist has screws and rods. Oh. Yeah, I had screws in my foot, but they took them out. So once it healed, they took the screws out. But the foot's not right. It kind of points to the left and has a bump on top. So yeah, well, if he'd stop squeezing them, Katie, they wouldn't hurt so much. Get your hand out of your pants. You have titanium in your neck. Yeah, I set off the, I think I told you this before, folks, but I set off the metal detector at the county courthouse. And they kept having me go through it and take off this and take off that. And they went up and down me with a wand. And they kept setting off the metal detector. And I finally told them, it's probably the titanium rod in my penis. And I thought I'd get a laugh, and they were totally deadpan about the whole thing. Used a hook blade knife. They take the staple out. 30-minute wash in ER to get the glue out. Oh, no, thank you. My cowbell is brass. Just like dog. And dog is brass too. I had the same surgery he did. Oh, I see what you mean. So I guess they'd heard it all before. So, oh, the weed of the week is, see, I wrote it down here. The weed of the week is Citral Sunset. And it's a sativa hybrid, sativa dominant hybrid, and it's 18.5% THC. Yeah, I was up late. I didn't go to bed till 4. I have lumber scheduled in a week or so. Sorry, I threw you off. I just had to mention my cowbell. Oh, okay. Well, it's your cowbell. You can talk about it all you want. Snoop's Crack is here, and it's stinky. Ooh, good. Oh, you're smoking Snoop's Crack? And this is pretty good, this Citral Sunset. I'm liking it. You wonder if it's Sunset Sherbet? I don't know. It just says Citral Sunset, so. Got a strain haze mixed with Holy Grail. Ooh. My cowbell is for shout outs, I see. Mingus 8 Mile High. Ooh. Well, smoking good shit today. Yeah, she won a gift, she won a prize on my Festivus show. So I shot her a butt of my Holy Grail along with it. So She ought to be about out of that, in fact. Wasn't that much. Shall we, Dingus? So I tossed a little bit of that in the package that I sent out to her, along with the travel bag for her stoner buddy. I gotta get you a stoner buddy, Stony. You need one of those out there. Last of it today. I see. Because you never win anything on my show. So I have to somehow get you a stoner buddy. You need one of those. Oh, you saw Katie in chat. She said she loved it. Yeah, it turned out good. It really did. I'm still smoking it. I still have some left. I will have too for another week or so. I'm a loser, baby. You're not a loser. Geekocidal tendency. Happy New Year to you too. So it's New Year in Canada as well, huh? I got so drunk I downloaded the Tinder app. Only problem is I didn't drink last night. Okay. Okay, so you got drunk some other time and downloaded the app last night? Okay. I have no idea how you did that. Or why. But a lot of luck with that. So when I was on Tinder, they told me to download Grinder. Okay. Did you? Every site tells you to go somewhere else. What's the point of going to any of them, I guess? I love how when Spliffy and Dog read bizarre chat, they just say, okay. I did the Close Encounters one for 2 hours, then was on a panel at the last minute on another, reading cards for another 2 hours. Oh. Grinder, the gay app. Grinder, Tinder's dirty little brother. I see. Were they trying to tell you something? So we're snowing and snowing. They're calling for 4 to 8 inches, but I don't think we're going to get all of that. I was high on shrooms the whole time. I just did a bong hit with a doobie in my hand. That's the way to go, Stony. That's the Stony I know. Hey, I'm a lesbian in a male's body. I don't take offense. I see. Yeah, me too. Me too. I just don't wear plaid shirts. That's where I draw the line. $20 plus. Now, see, we've had a snow drought, so I love feminist men. 20 plus inches. That's a lot. I remember being confused as the difference between lesbian and thespian. Thespians have rights too, you know. Thespians have rights. Depends on the part. Yeah, okay. Yeah, some of that interpretive dance, they don't have any rights. We thought, was our water tank blue? Was not. Turns out it was the city line to the house. No water for 8 days. City don't work on holidays. Oh, Jesus. What a fucking mess, huh? And it's a constant minus 40 Celsius. I can't do the math. Sorry. When I told my little boy, that's the minister who married us, he said, I thought you and mommy were married. Same thing as if talking to Bugs Bunny. Oh shit, oh dear. Hey. 40 degrees Celsius is the same as Fahrenheit. Oh, okay. I was watching Don't Look Up on Netflix before this. Book says she's a thespian. 37.5 is 100 degrees Fahrenheit. Yeah, but it doesn't. Bugs with that lipstick. Yeah, him in a dress. What a figure. Oh, don't tell us. I haven't watched it, so don't tell me. Don't tell me anything about it. Just double Celsius and add 30. No spoilers. You're not at the ending yet. Okay. Yeah, I'll have to watch that for sure. I'd wreck that little cotton ball. Now. He is a male bunny after all. Careful there, Dr. Weed. But he do look good in a dress, I must say. Leo DiCaprio and Jennifer Lawrence, what? Like that chug of sour ass milk. A gulp yesterday after eating a piece of cheddar cheese. Meryl Streep. Why are you naming these people? I'm confused. See, now Meryl Streep used to date Jay Giles in high school. Oh, they're in Don't Look Up. I see. Gotcha. No, I can't decipher that for sure, Stoney. Jessica Rabbit, more your speed now. My second wife was the third completed trans in the U.S. She died of HIV in 94. I'm sorry to hear that. Yeah, Jessica Rabbit is hot. But she can't help it, you know, she was just drawn that way. Your daughter said I'm the fastest two-fingered typer she'd ever seen, but too many mistakes. Yeah, but we can read the mistakes, like fingered. Yeah. Jessica Rabbit. Now there's a hottie. So used to have Jessica as my YouTube avatar. Oh, really? I can see that. Boy, 420 sure has taken its time. Morty's girlfriend. Ooh, yeah. Back in 2011. Boy, 10 years ago. Wow. That was when my 50th grade school reunion was in 2011. Jessica Catfish. Okay. I'm not making any New Year's resolutions this year. I don't see the point. It's not like I'd keep them anyway. You know, I never have. You've never been to any reunions and do not plan on it either. Well, this was my 50th grade school reunion. If a rat keeps chewing a hole, I'm going to make a fucking trap. You're going to make a trap. Cool. Build a better rat trap and they will beat a path to your door, right? I guess it's a mouse trap, but figuring a rat in this case, I paraphrase. But I mean, see, the thing is that I only attended 8th grade at this school. Okay. So I graduated from that school, but I never attended, I only attended the senior year. So I wanted to go there and see if people even remembered me. Okay. Since they only knew me for a year. As it turns out, most of them thought that I had attended this school for far longer than that. Okay. So it was interesting. You resolved to stay alive for now. That works for you. Yeah, that's a good resolution. I resolved to make it till next Festivus. Okay. I'll do that right now. I resolved to stay alive until next Festivus, at least until next Festivus. Okay. There will be another Festivus show. How's that? Oh, a razor blade trap, huh? Ooh. I pity the fool who is that rat. So, but I mean, I figured after 50 years, you know, I had to see what these people were like. And I was astonished, okay, at the changes in those people in 50 years' time. And how so many of them never left that neighborhood. There you go. Yeah. And how truly strange they were as a result. Okay. And how many of them took religion so seriously. We had a Swedish exchange student that played football. He kicked 40-yard field goals. Wow. For a kid, that's something. Seriously, for a kid, that's something. That's what I tell people now. If you have a son, teach him from age 4 to be a place kicker, and he'll have the world at his feet. You know, if you can if you can kick a 60-yard field goal, you'll make millions. You know, and you're the safest guy on the field. Be a place kicker. If you want to be a professional football player, be a place kicker. You know, just perfect that and you'll make millions and never get touched. You know, that would be my goal. If I was a kid, I'd want to be a place kicker. But he was good for 12 points, huh? Well, if you held your opponents to 7 or 10 or whatever, you were in good shape. You know, there's nothing left of this thing. So, no hand-eye coordination, but feet good. Yeah. Well, you know, so long as he catch the ball from the center, that's all that mattered. Oh, he didn't have to do that even, not as a place kicker. That's right. All he had to do was boot the motherfucker. Soccer his whole life. I see. But seriously, if I had a son, I'd train him to be a place kicker. I would have trained him to be a place kicker. You know, the world's your oyster if you can kick a football. Really? Oh, I think of how many points the Bears could have scored if they could have gotten something once they were in the red zone this year. They've been in the red zone more times and not scored than any team in history, I think. 12 can get picker, 6 from defense, you're good. Yeah, I could see that. Yeah. Oh boy. I just think about how much lighter the equipment is now compared to 35, 40 years ago. You know, when equipment pads were made of stuffed cotton and Bakelite and leather, things must have been really different. And guys didn't work out as much either, They weren't built the way they are now. It was a different game. There wasn't as much of a passing game either. They've taken the physicality out of it too, which annoys me. I've been watching more rugby just because it's more physical. A guy gets injured, they don't even stop playing. They just play around him, And they have to play the whole game. Those guys just keep running and running and running. The stamina they must have is phenomenal, I may end up as a Ray Finkel. Fair warning. Okay. And it's an interesting sport. Although I still don't understand the whole turtle thing, the scrum. That I don't understand. Yeah, they didn't do roids back then. You're right. No, and most of them smoke cigarettes. Met an old dude from Chicago, played for the Green Bay Packing Company. Said pans made them pussies. Well, that's another thing I like about rugby. The most, the heaviest of the equipment they wear is like wool socks, cover their shins. I know I had when I was a little kid, my dad gave me a leather football helmet that was Chicago Cardinals. So, oh, the fridge. How could I forget him? He did TV commercials here. I forget what company, but he was selling refrigerators in the TV commercials back then. He'd say, "Open the door, the light goes on. He was something. I even went to some Bears games at Wrigley Field when I was a kid, before they moved to Soldier Field. He was an accomplished diver. I didn't know that. There was a game back in '85 where he picked up Walter Payton and threw him in the end zone in an attempt to score a touchdown. And it didn't count, unfortunately. But it's not like he didn't try. Not a tiny splash, I'm sure. Yeah. I think he was something like 341 pounds or something. Yeah. But a lot of that was muscle. Yeah, you remember that? When he threw him in the end zone? Just picked him up. He was something else. He scored a touchdown too. So thank you, dude. But we don't do that, man. Yep, he was. Yeah. Yeah. Walter was amazing. You saw every play. So did I. I didn't miss a game that season. Best team in history. Yep. Shuffling crew. They were amazing. You saw Shaq in person? He's creepy big. Yeah. I ran into Muhammad Ali in downtown Chicago one time, shook his hand. He was impressive in size. Seriously, really broad at the shoulders, you know. He was an impressive man. Defense scored more points than scored against them. Yeah. They were an amazing team. Ooh, we're fast approaching that miracle time again when I can light another joint. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. And Jim McMahon was something, considering they got picked up and dumped upside down and they lacerated his liver. When he scored 3 touchdowns in a ridiculously short period of time that year to win a game. Something like, I don't know, 5 minutes or something on the clock. He scored 3 touchdowns. Yeah, the headband. And then Ditka was stupid enough to release him the following season just because they didn't get along. I'm talking about the fridge. Where's the size 24 shoe? Or are you talking about Shaq? Oh, Shaq. Yeah, Shaq. I can see that. I got to move this a little bit here. That's better. So, yeah, Shaq. Yeah, that's some big feet. That's bigger than what I'd want. Those shoes gotta cost a lot of money. Yeah, fridge is probably a mere 18. Yeah. uh, that was an amazing team, though. They were all personalities, you know. What was his name? The one that went to Harvard. My boy's 14. Sucks. I wear 12. 6'5", 250. That's a big boy there. Let's play round ball. Or does he get out there with the football too? Lakers played the U of A. Stayed at the resort I worked at. Kobe was there too. Oh. Like Bill Lambier. Measure his jumping height with a credit card or paper. I see. Cool. Yeah, reminiscing about that Bears Super Bowl. We were at a Polish bar in Chicago, and the guy handed out bottles of champagne. Boy, was he surprised when nobody drank any of it, but just sprayed it all over his fucking tavern. uh, we should do squats, boy. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Hey, happy 420. And I didn't even look at the clock. I just grabbed the joint and said, it's got to be close enough. I looked at the wall clock, but that's never right. In fact, it says 421. So Wharton on me asked if he got a bounce. Wow. Happy 420 to the Wharton and happy New Year to her too. So we'll see you Tuesday, Stoney. I have no idea who I'm doing, but we'll see. There's always somebody, you know. I can't believe I've been doing that show for so long, and there's still artists I come up with a little help from Katie now and then, of course. Peace to you too. Peace, love, and understanding. So, I'd like to travel this year if I could. If COVID permitting, I'd like to travel somewhere this year. I just don't know. Arizona again would be nice, but I like to stay longer than last time. I was only there for a few days last year. I think I'd have to take a room somewhere. My bestie only tolerates guests for a few days at a time. So I know I have surgeries coming up. And I can't wait till fall to go to see my bestie because her daughter will be staying there then. Well, she'll be living in a dorm for the first year. So there's always that. My bestie will be staying out there most of the time come fall. Although her hubby's having second thoughts about that as well. He was okay with it a year ago. Now he's not so sure. Yeah, I have to have knee surgery and then brain surgery. So it's going to be a bummer year right from the start. But then once I get over that, things should be swimmingly nice. I don't plan any other surgeries. Let's put it that way. that's enough. But then whether or not I have any is entirely up to my cardiologist. So we'll see what happens there. But I don't know. I don't care. Do what they like. Cut me up, poke me, whatever. I figure if I don't die during the surgeries, it'll only be an improvement. So that's the way I look at it. So I'm always optimistic about surgery. I never expect things to go badly. I always expect things to turn out just fine. I'm never nervous. I always have complete confidence in the people who your bestie tested negative for COVID. Oh, I'm glad to hear that. I'm glad to hear that. I always have complete confidence in any of the surgeons who work on me. So I'm always willing to put my life in their hands. So I've never had any doubt that I would come out of things just fine. And it's always worked out that way, except my foot. They could have done a better job on my foot. You always look forward to the sleepy drugs. Me too. In fact, when I had my back surgery, they told me, pick out a dream because here it comes. So I thought that was cool. But that's when everybody was a hippie. So people had a different approach. Yeah, sleepy drugs are good. So, in fact, 2004 is when I shattered my foot, and I did it on New Year's Eve in the morning, shortly after I got up. And I had the surgery just before midnight. So I always tell people I had better drugs than they did on New Year's. You know, they always call them happy drugs. Yeah. Yeah, I went into surgery like 11:45. So I said, hey, I had better drugs than you did. Yeah. But, just like when I quit smoking in '76, they told me I was going to be unconscious for 4 days, and I decided that's when I would quit smoking. So I always tell people that if you want to quit smoking, I highly recommend Demerol. Okay, as the easiest way to get over it. Just be unconscious for 4 days on Demerol, and you'll find it very easy to quit smoking. Get over the roughest part knocked out. You flirt with the anesthesiologist. I can't generally do that, unfortunately. So, but after my back surgery, I kept getting a bill from the anesthesiologist. Okay. And I wouldn't pay it. Okay. And I kept getting the bill and getting the bill and getting the bill and getting the bill. And I started getting a bill from a collection agency, and I wouldn't pay that either. And it was about a year and a half after my surgery. There's an article in the newspaper, and this guy, I remember his name too, it's Dr. Navambi. Okay. And he was arrested. Apparently, he was, he'd give like 3 hits to the patient and 1 hit for himself. So he got caught hitting his own drugs, and was busted. And so I stopped getting bills, and I was okay with that. So I wonder how many anesthesiologists sample their wares. I could see where that might be fun. I know I like, back in the day, I used to like to huff, do what you call it, N2O, do whippets. Nitrous was fun. Anybody else flirt with nitrous? Katie, you must have done some nitrous in your time. You do whippets? Yeah. There's a weird percolating sound coming from my computer. It's making little popping sounds in the background. I don't know why. Sounds strange. What about it, Katie? You ever do any whippets? Used to go in the supermarket and hit the whipped cream cans. Hit them upright. Just get the N2O out of them. Nobody ever did that. Am I the only nitrous thief in the supermarket? We did it through a car carburetor, made into a bong. Oh, that's nice. That's nice. Yeah, we used to go steal it out of the whipped cream cans. Some people were real disappointed when they got their whipped cream home and nothing came out. Did them with balloons. Yeah, I've done that too. Yeah, you buy the cartridges that you put in the homemade whipped cream thingies. You fill the balloon with. You used to use beach ball. Remember Rush? Sure. Yes, not the band. Well, I used to get, rather than that, I get the real stuff from work, the poppers. amyl nitrate instead of N-butyl nitrate. Didn't give you a headache. Because I was in charge of ordering human pharmaceuticals. So I'd buy them by the, yes, good old amyl. Just pop it and drop it into a bottle. It lasts a long time. Pass it around the room. What a rush. It's like your head explodes for about 10 seconds. Amazing. Amazing stuff. Where's that now? That'll wake you up. The good old days. Don't see that around anymore. Not even N-butyl nitrate. No. Your brains ooze out. Yes, they do. They kind of rush out, actually, and then come back in. It's kind of like in cartoons where their eyeballs pop out and then come back in again, or their head swells. It's kind of like that. Oh, that was some stuff. Yes, indeed. An amazing drug, that. Yes, indeed, boy. And it was a try anything kind of era too. That's what was nice about it. Here, try this. You know. Oh, okay. Speaking of Jessica Rabbit, yeah. I know I went to see the Jefferson Airplane at free concert at Grant Park in Chicago, and some guy handed me something that looked like a kernel of corn with chrome on it. And he said, "Here, eat this." And I said, "All right." Gave me a headache. That's all it did. Just give me a headache. Total stranger. I don't know who it was. Yeah. I was at Wrigley Field one day. Some guy says, "Hey, you want to do a line?" And we did it right on the railing in the box seats. Yeah. Okay. So, total stranger. I don't know what the fuck it was. Could have been anything. Give me a line up here. So, very different times. You know, it was I'm in a bar. The guy said, "Hey, want to go back to my place, smoke some joints?" Oh, okay. Yeah. Didn't know who he was. You know, could take me back to like Dahmer. You know, he could take me back to his place, kill me, put my head in a pot. You know. Okay. Miss those times. Of course, back then they locked up crazy people. Okay, they didn't let them self-medicate. So I think that made a big difference. Different world for a guy too. Yeah, well, it's a different world for everybody. Like I say, they locked up crazy people. Um, People were nicer. Okay, it was just a different time. I can't explain it. Republicans weren't mean. I mean, they too voted Nixon out, you know, or would have if he wouldn't have resigned. And he was smart enough to resign, unlike Trump, who still thinks he got reelected. So it was a really different world. um, Democrats were in favor of segregation. So what you gonna do? World's changed, and not for the better. Uh, I mean, just in 20 years, look what's happened to conservatism. I went from George W. Bush to Donald Trump. That's insanity. Even George W. Bush was anti-Trump. So, uh, crazy world in which we live. So, what are you going to do? We're not in charge. So there's really not much we can do about it, is there? Except vote other people in charge. It's the only alternative. Suicidal tendencies. Yep, a cokehead to a businessman. Yeah. Well, Trump was no businessman either, so. Trump technically was never a Republican. This is true. But then you got McConnell, who, fought to see to it that corporations were people, and then told corporations to butt out of politics. Okay. So, and then corporations butted into politics. Why? The hair party. Corporations butted into politics. Why? Because black people were being discriminated against. It was the Black Lives Matter that corporations got behind. And where are they now? Where are those corporations now? They went silent. Now, when it matters, Now, when we need support for voting rights, those corporations have nothing to say. And that's distressing. Our voting rights are being trampled upon nationwide. And that's a scary thing. Trump belonged to the hair party, Bush to the Colombian party, Daddy Bush to the warmongering party. Yeah, that's for sure. One-termers. My makeup. Oh, yeah. You should see Mrs. Spliffy. They gerrymandered the shit out of Arizona. Boy, they sure did, didn't they? I saw that. Yeah, one-termers. They fuck things up and then go away. You know, that's the way it seems to work, doesn't it? You know, that's the way it works. Fuck things up, got us into Afghanistan and went away. Fucked up the economy. Fucked up COVID, went away. Just the way it seems to work. No, I know you're kidding. Because if Mrs. Spliff, you'd be dead. No, I took a fall and broke my fall with my face. So you shouldn't do that. I'm an indie, so they think I am on the GOP side. Fools. Yeah, well, yes. They are fools. So, there's no doubt what my political views are when I go down to the keg. Neighbors around here get an earful. So they know where I stand. But they let you vote. Yeah, well, not the case in all states. You know, what they're doing in Georgia and Texas. It's crazy. Do not break fall with face. Yes. Words of wisdom. Yes. Yes, indeed. Anything but face. Yeah. So, yeah. Well, it's rolling up on supper time around here. So I'm going to call it quits and hope to see you folks on Tuesday when I make my musical selection for the week. And how was New Year? Oh, it was fun. We did our traditional stay at home, it being amateur night. And we had champagne and ate herring. We always have herring. It's a tradition for us. We had creamed herring and champagne. and sang Old Lang Syne, and scared the dogs away with a few indoor fireworks. And that was about it. And had a wonderful time. So remember, there's nothing funny about peace, love, and understanding. And let's take that into the new year, okay? Some peace, some love, and some understanding. And let's hope there's not an insurrection in 5 days from now, because we don't need another one this year. And if there is one, let's hope that we can put it down a whole lot quicker than the one we had last year. Okay? And have a great weekend. Love y'all, and take care. Okay? And live longer than ever, or whatever. I don't know what the fuck I'm saying. I'm stoned. Bye now.